This is a video of Bob and Caroline's trip to California in mid-September 2013. We shared this trip with Caroline's uncle, John, and Leslie. And our main destination was to go to wine country. Here we are heading over the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. And we are now entering wine country, and we're headed for Napa. This is the hotel we stayed at in Napa Valley. It's called the Spring Hill Suites, and it was a really nice hotel. As you can see, we normally had sundowners after visiting the wineries. This is the first winery we visited in Napa, and this is the one I think I like the best. And this is the winery that won that wine contest back in 1976 in Paris. And it took everybody by surprise that a California wine could beat a French wine. We signed up for a wine tour, which was really very good. We got to see a lot of the vineyards, and we stopped at different places on the property, which really had pretty nice scenic views. And we ended up after the tour having the wine tasting. We also got to taste some of the grapes right off the vine. As you can see, we timed our visit to wine country just perfectly. This is the time of year when they harvest the grapes. You can see Mount Helena in the background. This is one of the really pretty stops that we made during the tour. Here's another view of Mount Helena. and a visit to another winery. This is where we had our wine tasting at Barringer's. This was another interesting winery in Napa. It even included a gondola ride, which was very interesting. But it's a little, it was a shame that we got there a little late, that we missed some of it at the end, but it was still a very interesting tour. And here we are, we're on the gondola. And we got to see part of the wine making process, loading the grapes into the hopper. In the wine fermentation tanks. We're going to dump all the grapes there into the hopper. Man, mass production. And I guess they're headed for the crushing mill. And it's one heck of a lot of grapes.
At the winery, they enter the
Oh, I hope Sterling doesn't mind for me including some of their videos in my video, but I don't think they'll mind.
The grapes and juice are then moved into a stainless steel tank where they are cold soaked for 3 to 5 days. This process gives the wine a rich color and enhances the complexity of its flavors. After the cold soak, the tank is heated to 75 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 24 to 27 degrees Celsius. And we add a special strain of yeast to start the fermentation process. The yeast consumes the sugar from the grapes and creates alcohol. During this process, the grape skins will float to the top of the tank, creating a cap. Because the skins contain much of the red wine's flavor, color, and tannin, we regularly mix them back into the fermenting wine. For white wines, the process is slightly different. White grapes are gently pressed prior to fermentation and separated from their skins. Fruity, delicate wines like our Pinot Gris or Muscat Canelli are first fermented cold around 55 degrees Fahrenheit or 12 degrees Celsius. White wines need cooler temperatures to preserve their fresh character. After the initial fermentation, our wine goes into barrels, which soften it and give it the flavors of toasted oak and vanilla. While in the barrel, wine goes through a second fermentation called malolactic, where the tart malic acid in the grapes is converted into soft lactic acid, the same type found in butter and milk.
While in Napa, we visited the Culinary Institute of America. Well, this is the Culinary Institute classroom. Here it goes. Here comes the geyser. Old Faithful in California.